This is a chayote or chow chow root, originally from Mesoamerica with its deepest roots in I think Mexico and also Central America. It was cultivated by the Aztecs and the Maya well before European had anything to do with it, but then it was distributed across Europe through Spanish trades. When we were in Sicily a couple of weeks ago, my brother Stefano donated it to Julie, thinking that she could plant it and grow some over here. But having looked at it and the time of the year and our weather in the UK, Julie decided that it would be a failure as it is too cold over here. They are quite successful in Sicily because of their climate, of course. So Julie said to me, I'm not sure what to do with this thing, gave it to me to see if I want to cook with it. So having read a little bit about it, I have discovered that has got the flavour of a zucchini or courgette, but also the texture of a very hard pear. And I have never ever cooked with it, but I understand that it can be used on a salad without having to cook it, but also it's got multiple applications and is widely actually used in the Caribbean as well nowadays, as you would expect. So what am I going to do with it? I'm going to make a pasta. I've decided that as it has the flavour of a courgette, I want to attempt something new, and I'm going to Sicilianize my chayote into a pasta using some Sicilian sort of ingredients. But before I go any further, I'm just going to try some and I'll confirm if it has taste of courgette and if it's got the flavour of a pear. Okay, it's definitely courgette or zucchini sort of taste, and it leans towards a cucumber as well. And the texture is quite firm, and I would say that if you cannot get hold of a chow chow chayote, you can replicate this definitely by using a zucchini, or indeed you can also use a squash. So you want something firm, and you will be very close to this texture and flavor. So you see me peeling it using a normal potato peeler. I've also sliced it in approximately 1 centimeter, and I'm now chopping it further in little cubes, but I'm keen to retain a couple of slices as they are. I think they will look nice on the plate when as it's cooked. Over here I've got a little water which is boiling already, and this is the same water I will be using for the pasta, by the way. So I'll add a little salt now, and I will go and pick my chow chow. I like chow chow more than chayote, and I will add it to my boiling water, and here including the other big slices. Have you ever cooked with something like this? Be interesting to know. If you have, let me know in the comments, please. This is going to reach the boil very soon, and as soon as it does, I will lower the temperature and I will leave it to cook gently for about 7 or 8 minutes. I have read about it and I understand that is what it takes to cook it. Large clove of garlic, I'll crush it as I normally do, and I'll place it in a frying pan and a little oil to go with it. As you can see in here, my garlic is beginning to sizzle, so no more than 30 seconds. You don't want to brown it, and in the meantime my chow chow is cooked, so I'm going to use a ladle here with the holes, and I'll start moving it across. And I've been very careful, trying not to take too much water across with me, so there it goes. And I will leave this to sizzle for a couple of minutes. Temperature is medium now, and I will add some more Sicilian ingredients next. Lemon, and I'm going to remove some of the zest and add it in. Make sure that you just scrape the yellow part, not the white, as it is very bitter. About half of the surface of the lemon. Followed by a generous handful of plum tomatoes, which I have halved, and they can go in, and also these are a couple of tablespoons of pitted olives, which I've also chopped in half. I keep them in olive oil. And to make it even more Sicilian, a little teaspoon of capers, which I have rinsed under the tap as they are very salty. A little salt, as the capers will still retain a little bit of their saltiness, and some pepper, quantities to taste. And I'll mix everything together, and I will leave the whole mix to gently cook for about 5 minutes until all of the ingredients have marinated together. So the water is boiling once again. Remember, do not add any more salt, as we added salt before. And time to add the pasta. You can use any pasta, medium, long, short, it doesn't matter, yellow, white, whatever you like. But today I'm going for pennette rigate, which is this pasta here. I'll show you closer to the camera, hopefully you'll be able to see. And they got little lines, making it a little bit more rustic. And I think that the rusticness of the texture across the surface of the pasta will go very nice with this dish. But as I said, use whatever you like. And I will leave this to cook until 1 minute before it's al dente, and I'll mix it here. But if you take a look, my chayote is beginning to change color to this beautiful golden color on the surface, which is exactly what I had in mind. And I have to say, the smell coming from the olives and from the capers is absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure if you ever tried to cook with olives and capers combined. It's amazing. It's a real Sicilian treat. And time to move the pasta across. I'll use the same ladle as before so that I can save on the washing up. And very simply, just move it across like this. And do not worry if you carry a little water with you, that's fine. It will make your pasta even creamier. That is because the pasta will have released starches and it will all help. So turn the temperature up slightly and literally 1 minute and it will be almost ready. Almost, because I've got a few more Sicilian touch to add. So here is my pasta and it's looking beautiful. So I'll start by grating a little Parmigiano, or you can also use Pecorino or Grana or any hard Italian cheese you might have at home, but make sure that you add some. Quantity is entirely up to you, but if you are cooking for 2 people like I'm doing today, 1 good tablespoon. This is fresh mint, which I've picked from the garden earlier, so I'll add it in. I'm adding mint because if I was cooking with zucchini, I would have added mint, so this is not too dissimilar, so I'm guessing that it will go really well with it. And this is ricotta, and I'll go add 3 teaspoons will be plenty, about 100 grams. And time to mix everything together, and hopefully I will have a magic dish on my hands. Oh, the smell! The smell is absolutely amazing what the mint is doing to this. Okay, the only thing is that you need to move faster if you're cooking this pasta. As you can see, it needs to be eaten very quickly. So I'll go and pinch a little chayote there and some pasta, and I want to get a little tomato, and there is an olive in there. Let's have a look. Oh, Oh, it's beautiful. I knew it was going to be quite nice, because if it was a zucchini, it would have been beautiful, but it is really delicious. The lemon, it's amazing what it does, and absolutely meravigliosa, which is marvelous. Try, and as I said, if you do not have chow chow or chayote, whatever it's called, try with zucchini, or as I said before, you can try with zucca or pumpkin even if you want, or squash. But it's really a good dish, and it's very healthy and vegetarian. Thank you for watching, and for once, ciao ciao, see you later.